Hello and welcome to my channel AutomateOps. It's a go-to destination for mastering IT automation. In this module, we will dive deep into Ansible inventory and variable precedence. It is a very critical concept for predictable automation workflow. This tutorial is part of our AutomateOps series designed to help you master IT automation with Ansible. Today, we will focus on inventory structure and variable precedence. Our goal is to understand inventory and variable precedence, explore hands-on demonstration, and tackle quizzes and challenges. By the end, you will be able to confidently manage complex automation workflows. Inventory is the backbone of Ansible. It defines hosts and groups for automation. So let's see how it works. So inventory file structure. Ansible inventory can be INI or YAML format. Host can belong to multiple groups. As you see, I have given an example of INI format and YAML format separately in the left side of this box. And if you see this multiple group membership, I have given a table also with the name. There you will identify that since this host name host one, it is a part of multiple groups. It is part of front end group also. It is part of group A. It is part of group B. So this particular host name is part of multiple group membership. And groups can have child groups also. It can create nested hierarchical structure for better organization. It is very critical to understand the group structure that you will be able to efficiently execute the playbooks and you will have a highly controlled infrastructure at your environment. Now let's go to the inventory explanation that this host one belongs to multiple groups as I've already explained in the last slide. Web servers, front end, group A, group B. Variables from parent and child groups are also inherited. So this front end, so this host one, it will have all this inheritance from web server. Also, the front end subgroup is also part of web server, and host one is an host answer front end also, as well as all. This is a implicit group. So, and you will see that there are two same level groups, group A and group B. And if there are same level groups, group B will be override group A as alphabet, they are marched alphabetically. So any kind of host specific variables always takes a highest precedence. Understanding this hierarchy ensures a predictable automation. Now we will go into the variable precedence here. Now what will happen? We will explore how Ansible decides which variable wins when defined in multiple places. Okay. So if you see this particular diagram, there are definitions, or I have try to given a priority wise precedence. So you will see that this defined in group vars, host vars, or directly in playbooks. Precedence will be flows from all, then the parent groups. Then third priority will be the child group. Fourth priority will be the same level group and host specific variables. So host specific variable will be always win. So if I declare a variable inside all and if I declare the same variable inside host, it will get the host specific variable value also all the time. Okay. Next, coming to the next slide. So that is basically how alphabetically merged and how group priority works. So it merges when the host belongs to multiple same level groups. Ansible merges variables alphabetically, but we can override this particular setting using a variable Ansible underscore group underscore priority or manually controlling it. We will see that in shortly in the demonstration. After that, we'll have demonstration also. So what we will do, we will see that how staging and production works, because staging and production often share the same playbook but need different kind of configuration. Here staging means I'm trying to explain you the development or test environment. We can define environment specific variables in group vars. Maybe like I'm just creating a file called staging.yml, and in the inside group I will just mention that group production.yml, and using these two files separately I can manage and production environment. For example, staging might use a test database while production might use a live database one. And host specific variables, we can fine tune the settings like SSH port or application parameters. This approach allows a single playbook to dynamically adjust based on the target environment, and it improves the efficiency and it reduces errors also. Okay. Now, coming to the demonstration, showing you the demo, what we are planning to do. We'll create an inventory file with multiple groups. We will define variables in different locations, visualize inventory using Ansible inventory, then graph, and we will run a playbook to show how variable precedence is playing in background to give different kind of values. After that, we will have a quiz. In the quiz section, I have always, as usual, given a question, their explanation, and their answers. So you can go to the questions on your own and try to understand what are the answers. And then you can see that table to understand why that answer is there, because I have given an explanation also. After that, we will have a hands-on challenge. We will convert inventory format. So we'll explore that once it is there. So now let's go to the demonstration part. So if you see the screen, I have uh, two servers given. One is the control server and second one is the host server. So I have already renamed the servers control and host. Control server is an Ubuntu server and this host one is a Linux, Amazon Linux. So what I will do, I will now try to configure this control server using Ansible. We will install Ansible. We will installing a dependent software as Ansible Python 3, and then we will configure the hosts also. Then we will go to the demo one by one. So let's start. So what I will do, I will create Ansible. So before that, I have to type sudo. 1 second, let me refresh that particular page. So now what will happen? Let me configure sudo apt update. Let's have it updated. It will not take much time. So what I will do now, I will install sudo apt install Ansible. Then I will also Python 3 pip. So it's working in the background. It's coming to 94%, so it should be completed as soon as possible. now it is finished. Let me see the version of Ansible. It is 2.16.3. Let me then configure it. So what I will do, I will create ansible.cfg, then Ansible. Let me remove this host key checking option. So what I will do, I will once again try to see the Ansible version. So here you will see that config file is reporting to ansible.cfg. So what I will do now, I will quickly create a host file, which I will treat as an inventory. So now I will do what? I will go and update this particular inventory file with the information. So what I will do, I will control then localhost ansible underscore connection is equal to local. Okay. Then what I will do, I will create an implicit all. There I will mention the name of the host one. Then not host one. Okay. Then what I will do, I will create child group with servers children, then host one, and will be limit front end front end front end. Let me create a group named front end also. Inside front end, I will give you host one, and then our Ansible underscore host, Ansible underscore user EC2 hyphen user, and the IP address will be let me give the private IP of this host 172.31.60.164, and then Ansible user EC2 user, considering it's a Linux server. So what I will do, I will once again go with the same level variable group A host 1 group B host 1, and then this particular file is let me show you the content of hosts. So I have created, so I sense a mistake has been happened. So what I will do, vim host. Here I will do what? I will give the what is happening. So what I will do now, once I can show you, this is the control, and I have given another mistake, that is, it is instead of local host, I have mentioned local hist. So I will remove that also. Okay, I hope I have not made any kind of mistake here. Front end. Okay. Oh, let me ping this server localhost. It is pinging. List view also, it should work. Yes, it is working. Let me ping all. That is also working. So Vim, go to ansible.cfg file, then host file, get hosts. Okay, now what I will do, I will go with the demonstration considering both the servers are reachable. So Ansible hyphen ping all minus O. So I have two server, localhost and host one, both are successfully pinged. So now let me go with the demonstration. What I will do, I will create four files under the group where, and I will create one file under the host where directory. So if you see, I have to create them. So I will do one thing, I will do mkdir, then group underscore vars, and then mkdir host underscore vars. Host underscore vars is for creating the file which will be having the variables or the value for the host related variables. It should have the highest priority. So let me create that. So touch host underscore vars, then host one dot yml. Vim host underscore vars host one dot yml. So now if you want to do that, what I will do, I will add only one liner here, that is app underscore port is equal to maybe say 9800. So that's it for that file. Now I will create four files under group underscore var. So vim group underscore vars all.yml colon wq. I will do this particular ls minus lnta, and then if I go with the group vars, you will see there in the one file. So let me create another one, group underscore vars. Then I will do web servers dot yml. Then I will create group a dot yml. I will create group b dot yml. Group. Let me show you the content of group vars. There are four files, all group A, group B, and web server. So let me update all of them one by one. So group underscore vars all. I will add only one line for this, similar to that I have mentioned in that host file, that is host1.yml app underscore port colon 80. Now if I go with web servers.yml, it should show you the content, that app underscore port. What value I should give? Maybe 8080. Then I will go with group A. Sorry. Inside group A also, I will define a particular port, that is app underscore port is equal to 9000. I'm declaring same kind of variable for all these files. So you will able to understand that what is the value of this them and why it is. So app underscore port 9100. So let me do one thing. So let me show you the content of each of this YML file one by one. So cat group underscore vars all, then I will web servers 8080, then I will have group A, and I will have group B. Final, what I will do, I will show you one more time the content of host vars content host1.yml. It is having the application ports. You see, every time I have used the same variable, but their values are different. So now what I will do, I will help you to visualize this inventory, that is who is reporting to what, using Ansible inventory command. I'm defining that particular inventory hosts, then I will do graph. So you will have a graphical view. All belongs to all the servers. Inside control, you will have local host. Inside web server, you have a front end. Inside front end, you have host one. Group A and group B belongs to host one. So what if I show you the host, you will be able to understand the same thing. It is getting reflected in a different format. Now, let me show that particular host structure using Ansible inventory. Then what I will do, I will show you the graphical inventory of only host one. Host, then host one. Okay, this is the host name, host one. Then I have to give a parameter called hyphen hyphen host. My bad. It is showing an error message. Ansible inventory hyphen hyphen host host one minus I host. No, I'm making something wrong. So what I will do, I will try to write that particular point Ansible inventory, then minus I hosts. Then I will write hyphen hyphen host, and then I will write the host name, host one. So it is fetching all the information from this particular host one with the IP address, what is the user, what is the port it is mentioned. So what now I will show you, I'll create a playbook to show the application port of both host one as well as the control server. So I'm giving the file name as test.yml. Okay, now if I go with test.yml, you all know that any kind of YML starts with triple dash, ends with triple dot. So variable dems demo. Let me take all gather false value of app underscore port. So I will using an inbuilt module debug. It should work. So I will now check the syntax of this particular file. No issue is there, so I will simply run the playbook. So what is doing here? Let me show you the content of host vars. If you see that, it is taking the, because as I've already mentioned that anything inside the host variable is having the highest precedence. So the application port inside the host variable, application port is 9800 inside the host file variable. That is why it's taking the value of host 9800. Now for this particular control server or the local host, it is still taking the value of all. So if I show you group underscore vars all.yaml, it is taking the value from this particular file. So now it is mentioned in the all level or the implicit variable level or the global variable level. So it is taking the value from there for the local host. But for this particular host file, this particular host one or the target server, it is taking the variable from the particular app underscore port value mentioned in the host one.yaml, considering it is having the highest precedence. Now, if I once again show you, now I will do one thing. I'll convert this particular INI file to YAML as well as the JSON format. And I will try to use the same graph or try to generate the same ping again and again with the YAML and JSON both. So what I will do, let me start with the JSON one. So Ansible inventory. Then I will have to repeat Ansible host. Then I will have a list view, and then I will do one thing. I will create a new file called host.json. Okay. Now let me show the content of this host.json. If you see this particular file inside host vars, whatever we have mentioned, it's there and it's in the JSON format. It says created a all inside all. It's having children. And then we have two control web servers, group A and group B. It has total 5 children. Inside control, we have local host. Inside front end, we have the host one, and similar for group A and group B, it is having the host one also. For web servers, it has the children as front end. So now, if I try to ping this both the servers using the inventory as host.json, and then I will try to ping, it should work. Sorry, let me clear this screen, then it will be having a better visibility to all of you. Okay, Ansible playbook -m ping. Let me point to the JSON file as an inventory -o for the list. Now it is showing in kind of error message. So what I will do, maybe I will try with another thing, Ansible minus m ping. Sorry, I made a mistake. That's why it is showing Ansible play. Sorry, Ansible minus I host dot JSON minus m ping all, then minus o. So what I'm doing, it is showing an error message. So we have to check that. If I try to do the same with the only host file, it is getting success. So let me try another time with the Ansible. Let me change this inventory to JSON only. Host hyphen list YAML host dot YAML. Let me show you the content of host dot YAML. You see, we have seen this in the earlier module. It's a children. We have a control. Inside control, we have local host, Ansible connection local. Inside the host one also, it has given the information about the host one. So let me see if it is working or not. Ansible minus m ping minus o, or maybe ping minus I host dot YAML. No, it's not working. What is the reason it is not working? We have to identify that information. If you ping that, let me change that host to avoid this particular information. What I will do, I will modify it and I will change Ansible underscore Python underscore interpreter is equal to slash user slash bin Python 3.9. Then if I try to ping it one more time, Ansible minus m ping all minus I host. So it is working. What about YAML? It's working. What about JSON? JSON, it's not working. Only it's showing some warning and unreachable also. So let me check that particular hosts.json file. Or what we can do, we can simply remove this particular host.json file and try to recreate it using our Python command. So what I will do, Python 3-c import this YAML JSON json.dump YAML.load sys.stdin, sorry, sys.stdin YAML.load full loader is dot std out indent equal to 4 host.yaml. Let me create host.json. Sorry, I made a spelling mistake there. Now, if I try to ping that Ansible minus m ping all minus o minus I host.json, it is working. So somehow there was a problem in that earlier code, but as you can see using this Python, we have used that particular code and we have created that. Let me show the content of this JSON file. So has given a children everywhere. It is a similar kind of uh, structure. Inside children, we have control, we have host. Inside host, we have local host. Inside local host, we have Ansible connection and the application port. And for host one also, it has given the kind of information. Group A and Group B has taken the definition of host one from that this particular scenario. So this is the overall practical demonstration what we have done. Now let me go back to the slide, okay, and then let me go back to the quiz. So if you see this particular slide, I have given only 5 questions, their answers and explanation. I'm naming it as quiz, but actually it's a kind of table which shows the questions, their answers, and their possible explanation. My honest request is to go through the questions without looking into the answers and their explanation. In case you're really not able to answer the questions on your own, then only you go through this answers and the explanation for your own knowledge. Okay. And then I have given a hands-on challenge. It's nothing but what we have done so far in this demonstration. How to convert the inventory using YAML and JSON format, how to test the precedence of each variable, and how to one more thing we have not done, but it's actually you can try it on your own, and it's a graph option using dot files to PNG using the graph base. So you can have a look, have try to do this all these 3 challenges. In case you find out any issues, do let me know in the comment section so that I will able to help with the codes. I'll also give you the description, the link of the GitHub in the description box, along with the possible coding of every all of these 3 challenges, so that you can go through it on your own in case you're not able to do that. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll go to the final slide, that is the conclusion or the what's next on this. So you all have done a great job. In the upcoming module, what we will do, we'll dive into the Ansible's architecture and design principles. We'll explore how it works, how Ansible module works in real-world scenarios, and how it impacts the playbook execution. This will help you to build more predictable and scalable automation workflows. So please stay tuned till this session. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with your peers, and don't forget to subscribe to this AutomateOps channel. Please hit the bell icon for notifications on the new videos. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.